everyone. Nice to see you. Welcome to a new live stream. So, what a bloody week. What a bloody week. Daniel, nice to see you, man. Aladdin, Ted, nice to see all of you guys. Welcome, welcome. Turkish coin. AI16, yes, it's already there. Satran, hello, hello. Virtual, yes, we're gonna add this, and Sui already in the main list. So virtual is added. So we have a main list. We're gonna see Bitcoin dominance, and the total 3 render, FET, Sui, Tau, Injective, Solana, Ethereum, XRP. Those are the main list. Of course, the main coins, and we're gonna see Pepe, Hype, FARTCOIN, SPX 6900, AI16, and virtuals. And of course, those are your special requests. ISB music, hey bro, add render. It's already there in our main list. Of course, render is one of the most interesting coins. A better call. Hi KG, if possible add Sonic. Isn't it Phantom? Was it Phantom? Sonic? Now it is Sonic. Yeah, well, it's interesting to look at it. What is doing? Clementinox, hello. Can you please take a look at 1 hour 15 minute? Yes, definitely we're gonna see render in all time frames plus near. All right, let's see near as well what is doing, since it has been a long time. All right, and Ray, radium, you mean? I think, right? Ray is radium. Okay, so guys, I hope that I didn't forget anyone, because I added this before I start the live stream, so I already wrote it there to not forget it. So let me check again. Pepe, Hype, okay. SPX, okay. AI, virtuals, all there, okay. Sui already in the main list. Render, near. All right, guys, let's move on. Great. So Polygon, Siri, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. It's been a long time. Polygon, Formatic, sure, and Rune, okay. Rune is interesting, so we're gonna add it, yes. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's see what's going on. What a bloody week we had. Of course, it was very hectic, and yeah, I mean, it was already for the alts. It was already predicted. We were waiting for this wave 2, and if you remember, we said it is preferable to get wave 2 for most of the altcoins. Otherwise, it's gonna transform into a corrective wave toward the upside, which it can be, of course, ABC zigzag for the altcoins. Therefore, okay, we need a wave 2, and there he is. We're looking now for a new bullish scenario, right? We're coming to analyze each one by one. First, on Bitcoin today, we saw the analysis, the deep analysis, and we saw, of course, that Bitcoin might be, of course, in a level of testing a bullish scenario again. Why? Because we have finished so far 5 waves toward the downside, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and potentially you have finished here a wave 3. But never forget that this can be an A, B, and a C. Since it is a finished impulse toward the downside, therefore you have an A already, B, and a C over there, which it might be finished as well. Let's make it big. Here we go. All right. And this is a potential scenario, sorry, of correction, that it might turn up into a bullish scenario, right? Where we have already a very strong support area, and we are looking anyway for the first scenario, which it might be an ending diagonal, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5, continuation toward the upside. Wave 2 is not invalidated yet. We did not take the low yet, which it invalidate a wave 2 as an ending diagonal. Therefore, this possibility is still there. The second possibility is, of course, a bullish scenario, wave 4. In case we are in a huge impulse toward the upside, we have 1, 2, 3, wave 4, and a 5. The wave 4 has hit perfectly right now the fib levels given, of course, for this wave 4 as 0.23. That is a very common target in A, B, and a C. This is exactly what we would like to have as, of course, correction and then continuation toward the upside. Now, what are the possibilities here for one more low? Well, very possible. But if this low is gonna just simply take this last price, it's fine. Yeah, we can have one more leg just to finish maybe much more clearer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then simply continuation towards the upside. Very simple. All right, so Bitcoin, of course, is not confirmed yet that we are in a bearish market or that we are moving towards the downside. We're still estimating, of course, several bullish scenarios, guys. Several. I mean, this wave 4 even can range towards the downside. Nobody knows. It can be very deep, and that because alternation. You have wave 2 very, very sideways. Therefore, wave 4 has to be deep. How much deeper than this? I start to doubt it, okay? One more leg, I see it as maximum, guys, all right? Because, yeah, longer than this, it's gonna, I mean, how are you gonna read this? ABC is already right now extended. Maybe one more leg is still very acceptable, but longer than this, okay, yeah, we have to admit that this looks like a wave 3, right? All right, Country Cottage, welcome, man. Can we have an update for SIA coin? Yeah, very interesting to take a look as well at SIA coin. RUNE is already there, Arham, Mr. Z, and Theta. Okay, so if we still have time, right? If we still have time, right? So we're gonna do, RUNE is already there, so you got one, bro. And then Theta. I'm gonna try my best to do it as well, okay? All right. Oh, we already have it here. Here we go. Okay. So, all right, let's start with the Bitcoin dominance to see what the Bitcoin dominance is doing. Dominance. All right, guys. So in the dominance, we are potentially looking for a wave 2, and that potentially we have topped here for a wave 5 in the dominance. Where we are looking in an all-time history at a potential A, B, C, D, and a E. Now, the potential that we have finished a wave D here are very high, yeah, based on the trend, are very high. Of course, taking this high here of the wave B, meaning invalidation of the triangle, we're looking for something else, 3 waves down, something else, like 3 waves up potentially. But the dominance, I would say it is very, very close to a top here. And internally, we can see kind of like potential A, B, and a C toward the upside, preferably, of course, to finish at the 1-to-1 fib level, 65%. That would be a perfect wave 2 to move on with a wave E toward the downside. What does it mean if that happened? If this happens, and a wave E unfolds toward the downside as a zigzag, because of course we have potentially zigzag for a wave E here, right? This wave E might be very fast, might be very sharp, and of course, same as before, right? Same as before. It might repeat the same thing, but it might not be very long as before. As you can see, each cycle right now, it gets lower and lower, or smaller, right? The waves become smaller. It's a triangle. Now, if we get, of course, this move toward the downside, what does it mean? Does it mean Bitcoin will move down? Of course not. Of course not. It's gonna move, it's gonna pump both the alts and the Bitcoin at the same time. However, on the Bitcoin, what it might happen for Bitcoin at this time that we start, of course, to pump the altcoins, because the altcoins are mostly in 1-2 formation. And we are currently almost at the bottom of a wave 2, guys. Potentially one more leg, okay? One more leg simply for this wave 2, and we start the pump toward the upside. And I believe that Monday, Tuesday, potentially Tuesday or Wednesday, we might see a very strong move toward the upside, guys. What it might happen for Bitcoin at the same time, of course, is gonna pump toward the upside. The difference between the altcoins and the Bitcoin that it might happen, Bitcoin might be, of course, in an ending diagonal, which is looking for higher, which is gonna be an impulse correction impulse, where the altcoins will be, of course, in a little bit much more impulsive ways toward the upside. And anyway, we know that when Bitcoin move 1%, altcoins anyway move 5, 6, 7, sometimes 10%, right? They are much more volatile than Bitcoin. While Bitcoin became a little bit a fat ass, right, to move, but even when it dumps a little bit, the altcoins dump so much, right? We're very used to this. So the same thing might happen where we have, of course, an ending diagonal potentially for Bitcoin. The altcoins might be in a wave 3 toward the upside. Of course, Bitcoin has another or different scenario, which is also impulsive, which is a wave 4, right? If this wave 4 is going to unfold as an impulse, imagine what's going to happen to the altcoins. Incredible, right? So the altcoins will, all of them, potentially see new highs in case that we move impulsive with Bitcoin. So of course, I will not be sad if we see a huge impulse for Bitcoin as well. That would be massive, right? So this is regarding Bitcoin dominance, what it might affect, how it might turn the strategy or the movement of the crypto market in the next week. Let's see total 3. Yeah, if we have a lot of capitals inflow, here we go. We have start to have, right? So that is a nice signal, guys. Right? That is a nice signal that the market is getting prepared for something, right? Now, of course, we see here that we might be in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We got the invalidation, right? We got the invalidation of bullish, but that doesn't mean that we're not moving toward the upside, because you might have here finished kind of like a structure toward the upside. You got your wave B, and then you're finishing another structure next. And this, of course, looking kind of like a little bit 5 waves toward the upside, I know, but it might be, of course, a WX and a Y here. But higher potential that we have finished here a correction or one more leg, again, the same as for Bitcoin. This one more leg can be the trigger for a massive move toward the upside. One more leg, why? Because I believe that this is definitely not an impulse, especially here on the total 3. If this is an impulse 1, 2, therefore, okay, you are looking for 3, 4, and a 5, we are bearish, right? One more leg is related to this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave C, meaning A, B, and a C. Extended, okay, let it be. Extended wave C. The same as for Bitcoin, but I want to mention something very interesting right now. If we get one more leg, guys, it's fine. We're gonna move even toward the upside, but you don't want to miss as well the trade. Why? Because what if 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished? You have finished ABC. What if? And this is the start of it, of course, which is giving a little bit like slow motion. I'm not the impulsive wave yet. Just wait for some signals and so, and then boom, right? It happens with me even before. You know, like I didn't saw a really nice amount of volume over there. Where is the volume, by the way? I didn't saw like really nice amount of volume, but here there is. But here, it would like to be very, very strong amount of volume to say, okay, yeah, we have bottomed here, and we might start to move towards the upside. So that is some volume, by the way, right? But I see right now an impulse unfolding, guys. I see simply an impulse unfolding. It is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and a 5 potentially. Very high amount of volume on your wave 3. Very high amount of volume has started on the wave 1. Now, once you launch the wave 3 of the wave 5 here, you're gonna get a very high stick, a little bit lower. That's your signal. Without doubt that it might be, of course, a wave A in a zigzag, meaning, okay, it might be a zigzag until Monday, ABC, without interfering. By the way, let's put this as a signal invalidation of bearish. What does it mean? Once we take this price, we're bullish. Very simple. Okay? There is no move toward the downside. Again, there is no way to take this low again. Why? Because we invalidated. In case we are looking for a wave 4 here, we have invalidated. Very simple. It's finished. The wave 4 has finished over there. That's why what I'm saying, be careful. You might want to be in already. No financial advice. But be careful. This might be also kind of like trap. Just to miss the trade. Okay? Because I know you're looking for something like this. Yeah, like very V-shape and like a very strong signal and so on. Sometimes it doesn't. And might trick you like very slowly. Yeah, and then oops, I'm a wave 1 too, right? So it has happened. It happened before, and that's why I learned from this experience a little bit. I want to be in already, even that there is a potential that we might get a wave towards the downside. No financial advice again, but of course have a plan and strategy, of course, guys. All right, so those are the potential scenarios for Bitcoin, and the total 3, we see some capital inflow, and I believe that in total 3, that means of course it might bring of course some inflow of course to the crypto market, and this is a preparation, guys. What if 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, same scenario, by the way. Same scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished wave C, A, B, and a C, W, X, and a Y. W in A, B, and a C, X in zigzag, A, B, C for zigzag for a wave Y. If you want to wait for one more leg, you might miss it, guys. All right, so this is the idea. Okay, so let's move on then. Let's mark the time. So we started, of course, Bitcoin at 10. I think this was 10:15, and this total 3 has started at 20. And now render, we are at 27. All right. So guys, let's see render what is doing. So well, I'm doing some trades on render, of course, for the copy trades as well. I was like following render very micro analysis. Yeah, so you can see that even like the smallest wave were counted, and that's why I was like, there is a possibility here to finish in a wave Y, right? And that means in a wave Y here, you have finished a W, an X, and a wave Y toward the downside in a very sharp zigzag. This is a finished impulse in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 extended wave 5. Okay, so internally, you can see, of course, all these waves, even the micros here, right? So even on the 5-minute, you can see it wave by wave, and finally, of course, I didn't have any more time to adjust this, but here we go. That was the last wave yesterday, or almost in the morning, guys. I was following this. Then, my entry point. Yeah, my entry point was exactly there. Of course, even I was in an entry point in the top, but it was, of course, in a very, very small amount. And now my entry point is almost over there. I don't want to miss the trade, therefore I took it. What if we don't get a wave C? And this is double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Having an impulse, meaning minimum right now, you're going to have a zigzag. If a zigzag will unfold for a wave 4 here, meaning this impulse not finished yet, as 1, ABC for wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Finishing wave 5, with it, it's gonna finish wave C. This wave 3 that you see here is a bearish scenario, which is very low possibility. Why? Very low possibility because we are already in an impulse. Where is bullish? Here we go. We are already in an impulse toward the upside in a wave 1. As I mentioned, 1, 2 always. All the altcoins have has a formation for a wave 1, ABC for a wave 2. In this case scenario, what if it is WX and a Y finished wave Y in a very extended zigzag? And why I believe this? Because if we are in a, let's say this is your wave 1 and you're looking for ABC zigzag, you have already got an extended wave C if you measure an A, B, and a C. So from here, the idea came, okay, this is already an extended wave C, but it's not finished. So if I'm gonna finish a wave C, it's gonna become really very extended and very long, and it start to get out of the bullish scenario, and it start to look like a wave 3. But I am very bullish. Therefore, there is something else unfolding here, which is the WX and a Y. The wave Y might be a zigzag. Yep, so that's why I would like to be in already, even if it dropped one more toward the downside. MG, welcome to the live stream. Bullish midterm future for render. Yes, I mean, all what is happening for render, guys, is bullish. The whole thing, the delisting and shifting from Ethereum blockchain to Solana is bullish for render, is massively bullish for render, actually. And that is gonna explode it, actually. And because what's going on right now, that all the render, the RNDR, okay, the old coin right now, they are shifting to render USD or USDT. So imagine how much amount of buy are entering to this coin, this render, this symbol, yeah, rather the RNDR, yeah. Very interesting. So this might be very explosive for render. Hello, Jamie. Hope you're well too. I'm fine, man. Thank you, bro. Okay, so that was for render. Render is very, very bullish, guys. Okay. Yes, it's gonna, the targets for render, guys, the targets, let's talk about some targets here. So for the targets, I'm looking, guys, at least minimum to take the high in all case scenarios. Meaning, if we are here in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 leading diagonal, you would like at least to take the high in a wave 5 of a leading diagonal. This is the minimum target, guys, at $13.5. Your wave 1, 2, this formation of 1, 2 is already a signal. I mean, the scale of it is already a signal that you're targeting this area. Okay, let's see this as numbers and facts, right? Here we go. If this is my wave 1, 2, as an impulse, wave 3, you're looking at a wave 3, only wave 3, $12.9. Very interesting. This is only the wave 3, guys. Then 4 and a 5 finishing this impulse over the $13. Cool. If that happens, that would be awesome, right? Another scenario for render is that you are in 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. I don't know what happened to the chart here. There was, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has been deleted once they announced the delisting thing. Okay, they removed this. But yesterday, sometimes it appears, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why, guys. But yeah, so maybe next time it will appear again. So it doesn't matter. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. After, of course, a potential 1, 2, 3, of course, toward the upside. In case we are in a zigzag, A, B finished, you're looking for a wave C, you are looking at least to take the $13. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, buddy. All right, so yeah, basically, if we take a look on a bigger view here, guys, I mean, I see it almost done. 1, 2. Now, of course, it's true that it looks like 1, 2, 3, and still missing one more wave for 5. If that is true, okay, let it be one more wave for and a 5, right? Then explosion toward the upside. Okay, so the chart might not work when the ticker was rendered. Yeah, I think this is the issue, yeah. That's why this thing here has disappeared once they change, I think, or delisted the RNDR render. Yeah, so this is the thing. But it doesn't matter. The chart is still the same. The same bullish scenarios are the same. In case we are bearish, guys, by the way, let's always think in both. Let us not be like moon boys. A, B, and a C, okay? This is a bearish. In case I'm bearish, of course, I'm looking for one more wave, okay, for the 1-to-1 fib level for wave B and then moving toward the downside. That means still bullish. Yep, so this is for render. And while Bitcoin can be moving in ending diagonal, render is gonna be in a wave 3 for a new all-time high. All right, so let's move for the next one, which is FET. It has been also a little bit while we didn't FET. Activated, nice to see you, man. Hello. All right, let's do for FET. Okay. All right, so FET is not so far at all from render chart. As you can see, it looks like almost the same. We have potentially wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diagonal. The scale of this wave 1 is not so far as well from render. And that's why I was saying, guys, take it easy. Everything is fine. It's just a bloody wave 2. And then we're moving toward the upside. Now, several scenarios, W, X, and Y, finishing wave A in the orange. You finish the wave B in the orange. You're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diagonal. You would like to see impulse correction, impulse hitting at the all-time high again. Final scenario where you have a leading diagonal as a wave 1, wave 2, double 1, 2s as impulses. This is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Hitting wave 2 perfectly in the fib levels, green box, which is very bullish and normally characteristic of FET, by the way. He loves it. When you are in 1, 2 on FET, he loves the wave 2 to get to the deepest point of those green box. I don't know why. It's a characteristic of the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 toward the upside. Bearish scenario, same as render. You got an impulse. There is no way that you invalidated without having another wave C, meaning A, B, and a C to be bearish. Very bullish. This is still very bullish anyway, right? Very low possibility even for the bearish. You have 3 main bullish scenario. You have only 1 bearish possibility. 3 against 1. 75%. You are very bullish. All right, let's move inside it. So on the 2 hours chart first, let's see the 2 hours. On the 2 hours chart, we were looking for several possibilities, you know, always, whether bullish or bearish. So the main possibility, of course, it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The second possibility that it was still bullish, what if we are finishing wave 5 in an ending diagonal, because it was possible until we broke it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 broken. Okay, invalidation, right? So this one is outside. However, I was like, okay, if it takes this ending diagonal or not, I don't care. I have already a finished wave 5, wave 1. Whether it finish an ending diagonal or not, I don't care. I know that a wave 2 is gonna come sooner or later, right? Now, FET is looking very bullish, honestly. and it didn't took yet the 0.38. So very interesting. Most of the coins has reached right now the 0.38 for a wave 2, but except FET. Now, as you can see on the linear chart, sometimes you have to take it on the linear chart, how much close it is. Very close. Meaning, FET still have one more leg to hit and moving towards the upside. Let's confirm this inside it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 1. This whole thing is a wave 1 here, potentially, but it looks like a zigzag, guys. Interesting. But still, I would like to see one more leg. But very interesting, unless this is a 1, 2, and then you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also as a very extended wave C and a zigzag. So, yes, A, B, and a C, guys. So this is true. Potentially, of course, that we are having kind of like a very sharp zigzag toward impulse towards the downside to finish a zigzag. A, B, and a C. And you might be here, guys, in a finished A, B, and a C. Yes, perfect. Perfect. That is exactly what I would like to see. Or anyway, even if I take all of this, 1, 2, 3, but then W, X, and a Y. Okay. What if also W, X, and a Y? This wave Y has to finish one more leg, guys. In all case scenarios, however you will turn it, ABC expanding flats, those are the fib levels anyway, which are in confluence with the 0.38. Look how much it is bullish. It did not, with all the bloody things that we saw this week, it did not reach the 0.38 yet. Very bullish. Very potential of strong holders for FET. Meaning FET, once it touches this 0.38, is gonna rocket. Potentially, of course. Yep, so basically, FET is very bullish. I'm still looking for it. Don't take the logarithmic chart here with the fib level. Take it as linear, guys. Yeah, as linear. But for Elliott wave, just to see the wave clearly and so on, yeah, better to have the logarithmic. And what we're looking for is, of course, a wave 3. If we want to see a target, like, because if, I mean, the target of this wave 2 is very close to be finished, therefore, I think it would be nice just to check out wave 3, $2.9, which is on the daily. Here we go. Here we go, guys. $2.93. And that means very close to the all-time high, just in a wave 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 4, wave 5, impulsive taking the all-time high. Look at the target. Here we go. How much beautiful is that? 100% hit. All right, let's see this. I hope that I'm very excited for it as well. I'm very excited for this run. Do you still think BONK is one of the more bullish tokens, or things has changed? BONK is a meme coin, right? It's a meme coin. Therefore, there is no project behind it. There is only some memes, right? Basically, on the channel, on our Discord trusted coin list, BONK has been removed. Okay, BONK. Well, it's still there. Sorry, it's still there, but it is in the secondary and category A. Okay, because it's still a meme coin. It's a strong one, but the most strongest meme coin are Doge and Pepe. Okay, those are the leaders of the meme coins. Of course, Popcat and WIF are also potential meme coins, which has some, but don't forget that the chart all-time history is corrective. And this categorizing here is based on, of course, a deep analysis for each coin. I did it by myself, of course. And like each coin, which one is corrective? Like for this one, looks like corrective. Okay, category B is a corrective all-time history. Category A is a potentially bullish characteristic. Yeah. So I would say it's not so bad. It's still, of course, there, but if you are a meme coin holder, preferably to move to Doge or Pepe. Okay. Of course, no financial advice, guys. Yes. So Ahmad, yes, welcome, man. Abudi, danke für die Analyse. Bitteschön, Emma. Thank you for your support always, man. All right. Okay, guys, let's move on. We have a lot to analyze. So 45-minute is for Sui. Let's see Sui. Okay, Sui. Interesting. What a strong coin. What a strong coin. And that's why, guys, again, I mean, sorry, I didn't want to open my editor, video editors here. So, as you can see, the most trusted coins, of course, are primary category A, this list. Render, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, of course. Injective, Sui, one of the most strongest. And Sui, even with the hack, I mean, does it look like a hack? Even if you look at it on the daily, guys, does it look like a hack? Of course not. It's a very strong one. And that's why when I say, okay, the chart, when it is bullish in all-time history, it's kind of like a little bit much more secured, guys. Whatever is gonna happen, it still can recover at least. And that's why I always insist on that idea. And that's why, of course, I try my best to make videos for these coins. So in daily, we are in 112, potentially in high possibility, by the way, in 112. Why? Because if we are in a wave, impulsive wave 1, 2, 3, 4, the wave 4 interfere with zone 1, you don't have an impulse. Therefore, you're shifting to 1, 2, 1, 2. The wave 2, the second one, is higher than the first one, as you would like to see in a wave 1, 2, 1, 2. You would like to see kind of like diagonal, for 112. But as a signal that you are not in a diagonal, you have a longer wave 3 than wave 1. And that means, of course, is a bigger 1, 2, lower a wave 2 than the previous one. How much bullish is that? How much? I mean, just by thinking about it, guys, geometry. Wave 1, second wave 1 longer. Wave 2, the second wave 2 is shorter. Do you got it? Did you got it? Like, I mean, meaning like higher potential for bullish, lower potential getting even lower for the bearish, right? And that is already an awesome indication for a chart, right? Zigzag, wave A, wave B finished as ABC. You're moving impulsively toward the upside. 1, 2, almost finished. Potentially, we're gonna move in. 3, 4, 5. Next target, $9 potentially for Sui. In an impulse. This is only the wave 3, by the way. 4 and a 5 over $10. Very interesting. Let's move to the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour chart, we have already 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm already secured. I have secured my impulse toward the upside. The direction of the market is toward the upside. We have finished impulse. Whatever is going to happen, I don't care. All what you have to watch is a 0.38. Now, of course, we care because we are Elliott wave nerds, right? And we would like to count the waves. So ABC, in a wave C, you are in an ending diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, right? Ending diagonal for a wave C, for a wave 2, finishing there. So, by the way, I think I need to adjust the counting here. 4 and a 5. Look how much I was even like testing the bearish scenario. I was like, what if we get an impulse? And we did not. We got an ending diagonal. Very interesting. The things are shifting to be very bullish from now. What if, okay, what if we are in WX and a Y three ways finished zigzag. Why? Because if we remove the logarithmic, what do you get? On the linear chart, we hit even lower than the 0.38, which makes it ready. On the logarithmic, a little bit like Bitcoin characteristic, not hitting it and starting the bull run. Therefore, you want to be ready, guys. It might be as well, there is a potential of W, X, and a Y finished over there. What if it happens? What if I miss it? So always ask yourself this question and find a plan. Of course, not to enter all your portfolio, guys. So have a plan how you can enter, of course, even in case you get much more lower. Okay. Muhammad, yeah, what a week. Of course, yeah, it was a very bloody one. But actually, when I look at the chart on the daily, guys, nothing has happened. We're just dramatic. Nothing has happened, guys. It's just drama. Okay, it's just a little bit red. I mean, we're still at the 0.58. Some coins did not hit it like FET. Yeah, so it's just that I believe that many holders for the spots as well got enough, got enough from this move toward the downside. It was a very massive move, and we saw a little bit higher, and maybe they were not even catching it from the beginning. They catch it over there, and then when entering, they saw some profit, and suddenly we start to move toward the downside, and okay, yeah, it creates some drama, right? Losing everything. But here we go. Hey, yo, MT, how you doing, man? Where are you? Nice to see you, man. Okay, so for Sui, we are almost ready, guys. That is two possibilities that we might have bottomed. On the linear chart, you have overshooted the 0.38, and we might move towards the upside unless you get the wave 4 and a 5 as an ending diagonal here, finishing at $0.53, very psychological number, and explosion towards the upside. All right, very interesting. Sui is still one of the most strongest coins in the altcoins, guys. Stronger than Solana, yes. Maybe many of you disagree, but stronger. I mean, what does it mean? Stronger. I mean, it has a lot of revenue, much higher than Solana. Okay. Why? Because on the daily, again, on the daily, it is very, very bullish. Okay. If we go here on the daily, our targets is around the $10. Okay, $10 taken from the current price, you have 215%. Okay, Solana would never show this. I think Solana will be like 50 to 60%, probably. Maybe less, I don't know. But yeah, very interesting. This is what I'm talking about when I say, okay, this is the highest potential revenue that you might get. This one, plus render, plus injective. Okay, those are FET also, FET as well. BGB is very interesting coin. Yes, we have to see it. BGB. Cool, guys. The next one, Tau. Tau is very bullish, guys. I look at it yesterday. Is incredibly bullish. Let's see Tau. Here we go. Look how much bullish. Oh my God, what happened today? Okay, I saw this yesterday that it is very okay. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, guys. This was from yesterday. I was like, huh? You reached it already. Okay, this guy is incredible bullish. Incredible, guys. So I saw this yesterday and it was like, okay, this guy looks like he's not moving. All right, where is the blood? There is no blood there. 0.23, and I was like, okay, but this looks like an ABC regular flat, and here we go. Well, I was right then. What's going on here? let me check the linear. Here we go. Oh my God. Okay, guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. On the linear, he hits the 0.38. We might be ready, guys, to move toward the upside. This is an impulse. And potentially you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let's move inside it. What's going on? And you cannot see it, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Insane. This is gonna be insane. And that's why I'm saying be careful, guys. You don't want to miss it. All right? You don't want to miss the bull run. So we have finished wave 1, 5 waves. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing wave 1. In case we are in a wave ABC, very low possibility, by the way. But yeah, it can be. No, sorry. For Tau, it can be. Sorry. It is very possible to be in an ABC. Let me tell you why. But ABC, it's a huge ABC. It's not like a small one. It's almost like a bull run. So why? Because, and it is very shallow because it might be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal to hit the 1-to-1 fib level here. Okay? And that because, of course, as you can see, this 1, 2, this wave 2 is very, very deep, few cents less than the wave 1, meaning higher potential that this is a wave 2 of a diagonal and not an impulse. And looking at the chart, Tau is a characteristic that it's not like, I make like a small swing, you know? No, it's like a characteristic like he makes a really huge swing. Yeah? And then potentially that you might have here a wave 3 toward the upside as a zigzag A, B, and a C. Okay? Then having wave 4 and then wave 5 even higher. So it's gonna be kind of an aggressive, a little bit diagonal. Okay? This is how I see the chart, guys. It's not so much bullish, because if it is bullish, I mean, of course it can be that the rules, there is no rule that it says wave 2 it cannot be impulsive if you are like very deep and very close to invalidation. There is no rules. It still can be a wave 2 for an impulse, by the way. And that means, of course, you would like to see a wave 3 hitting 1,800. Is that logarithmic fib? Yes. Without logarithmic fib, 1,000. Let's keep it non-logarithmic. Let's keep it linear. 1,000. And that means it is anyway close to the 900, which is, of course, an ending diagonal. But the difference is a wave 3, 4, and a 5. You might overshoot the 1,000. But a very, very bullish chart. And it shows this already. It shows this already. And it might have started to move toward the upside. Very interesting one. Bit and sword. Yep. So I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, I'm afraid to say that we have started the bull run. I don't like to say it right now. I just want to say, be careful to not miss it. All right. This is the live stream idea today. Be careful to not miss the bull run. Okay. You want to be in already, because the things are starting to shifting from now. It is true that it looks like tricky and slowly and so on, but suddenly, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight, midnight, you will wake up in the morning, you will see it already there. What a scenario, right? PK, hello, thanks for your analysis. Can you check HCH Alchemy Pay? If we have time, yes, with pleasure, brother. HCH. If we have more time, of course. Okay, let's move on then. Injective, another very bullish coin. So Injective. Okay, Injective looks like a little bit bleeding, but don't forget that Injective, while everyone has started to bleed, Injective was moving towards the upside. Incredible, yeah. I was in a trade in it. Okay, that's why I know. All the coins, the altcoins were bleeding. Okay, Injective was still moving for this final leg toward the upside, which it has finished. It has finished a wave 5 toward the upside. Thank you, Country Cottage. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate your support, all of you guys. Yep. So this is a finished ending diagonal, and what it means here, once we finished a potential ending diagonal, which it might be, of course, your wave 5 here, you might have a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 as an ending diagonal. The wave 5 is extended, kind of, but extended as an ending diagonal. Why? Because of the bullish fundamentals that we saw for Injective blockchain. I think he took the award of the highest speed blockchain, and also without 0 errors. Incredible. And that's why I think it didn't stop to move toward the upside, guys. However, at the end, there is no pump without a dump, right? It has to be there. And here we go. We see it moving toward the downside, and we're still very close to the linear. I prefer to take the linear. Of course, you can see here like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 might be, but I believe that this simply an A, B, and a C. Potentially, or W, X, and a Y. The wave Y is gonna finish as a zigzag, double zigzags. It's gonna be very fast wave 2, explosion again. Okay? On the linear, always take a look at the linear. Watch the 0.38, which is $11.29. Let's say $11. Okay? Very interesting for Injective. Still very bullish. Wave 1, wave 2 is gonna be very fast and sharp and moving toward the upside for a new bull run. On the daily, of course, this coin is one of the strongest, and that's why it is always on this channel. You can see it almost every 2 days based on the schedule. You have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially for a wave 3, 4, and a 5, simply continuation towards the upside, meaning double 1, 2s in general. Big double 1, 2s. Another scenario is, of course, that you might have a leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit less possibility. This goes a little bit alongside with SUI. If you remember, wave 1 longer than the previous one, wave 2 shorter than the previous one, meaning very bullish, right? On the daily, very huge bullish scenario is unfolding. Let's say it is ABC zigzag, ABC for a wave B, and you're looking for a wave C toward the upside. Targets $60 minimum for 1-to-1 fib level. In case you are very impulsive for a wave 3, you might hit the $90. In a wave 3, 4 and a 5 above $90. How much profitable it might be? 800%, guys. 600, even much more than SUI. And this is what I'm talking about, that it is alongside with SUI, because this guy, I mean, even the little high that you might take here, the all-time high with 1-to-1 fib is 400. SUI is 300. Still much more profitable even than SUI. Very interesting. Bearish, of course, we're not moon boys. Let's think about the bearish. A, B, and a C. You got an impulse already finished. How can I be bearish from there? I can't. You have to finish an ABC zigzag first for a wave B, and then moving towards the downside. Meaning bullish in all case scenarios still. Interesting coin. Solana. Solana is a little bit behind, but it's just taking a break. Solana, yeah? Let's take it like this. Is just giving a little bit chance for the other brothers, right? It is bullish, of course, still can be bullish, but on the daily, and still a trusted coin, of course, very trusted, of course. I mean, Solana, hello, right? Okay, Solana is very bullish. We have 1, 2, another wave 1. I'm looking for a little bit deeper wave 2. This is the difference between Solana, all-time history, between this coin and the other coins. The other coins, as you saw before, they finished here already. They took the blue box of opportunity, which we were looking for, injective render, so we, FET, we were looking for this box. They made this 3 waves toward the downside. They made now an impulse already and finished the wave 2 almost, and we're ready to move toward the upside. This is the difference. Okay. On Solana, we still need this wave. Now, are you saying that how it's gonna work? Like Solana will dump, all the altcoins will pump? Of course not, guys. We did not finish the wave B. Wave B might be, of course, a wave C, meaning ABC, and finishing an expanding flat ABC toward the downside again, because we might see some bullishness. Of course, it's gonna affect and influence Solana at the same time, but Solana, in difference, it will not be profitable the same as other coins. And this is the point of this analysis. It's gonna be 90% in case you take the all-time high as an expanding flat, 100%. Okay, in case. Therefore, you have to make a wise decision and to select the right coin that you would like, of course, to have in your portfolio for this bull run. All right? A, B, and a C, which it might be, of course, expanding flat. Well, okay, in case, guys, in case. If we move inside it, on the 4-hour chart, you can see that Solana, if we take the fib levels here to the wave 1, you will see that how it happened, it didn't took yet the 0.38. Are you crazy? Right? It's very bullish. I would say yes, it is very bullish. And the 0.23, don't forget that it's a signal of a wave B and not a wave 2. And that because we are looking anyway, in all case scenarios, we are looking for a wave B and a wave C towards the upside, because on the daily, it has to continue one more leg towards the downside sooner or later. And that's why you see a very shallow retracement and correction as a signal that, oh, I am a zigzag and I'm not an impulse towards the upside in a wave 2. Of course, on the linear, also, if we take it, we did not hit it yet. Of course, it still can do, but we didn't took it yet. Okay. Scenario here, invalidated for the ending diagonal. I don't care, because probably you have finished anyway a wave 5 already here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a different scenario. But this scenario, for this one, I prefer to keep it as ABC, right? Potentially getting one more low, of course, very potential. And the other scenario, which is, of course, wave C at potentially 1-to-1 fib level, which it might be somewhere, I would say, if we take the 0.38, here we go. This is your wave C, 239, potentially. The other scenario for Solana is the following. 1 second, here we go. Also, estimation of a wave A. So basically, what I'm looking at is, of course, a wave 1. Sorry, guys, for the... All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside, wave 1 or wave A. A, B, and a C expanding flat already hit without taking the 0.38. Again, which means higher potential that you are in a wave A rather than a wave B and looking for a wave C toward the upside. Okay, so A, B, and a C. And this reflects, again, of course, the daily chart, right? The daily chart that we are looking at. I don't see Solana is ready yet, of course, to move for higher. I see Solana, of course, would love to take one more dump and move massively later on. But this dump has to be given after, okay? After a wave C. probably we take the high also as an expanding fact. Cool. Next one. So be careful. I mean, Solana is gonna be bullish, guys. It's gonna move higher, but the difference here is the revenue. Yeah, how much it is. Now, Ethereum is waking up, right, after a very long sleep, but very understandable based on the daily for Ethereum, right? And basically, it reflects the issues in the blockchain, you know, how much expensive it is, how much complicated it is for the transfers and so on. And it is reflected inside this chart. Everything as issues is reflected here. Plus Solana, yeah, which is very cheap blockchain, much more cheaper than Ethereum, less complicated, even faster, right? So the thing is with Ethereum, of course, it's still a good coin. It's gonna survive. It's gonna move towards the upside. But the highest possibility for me currently is an ABC, transforming to an ABC zigzag. So rather than being in a, of course, this is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the upside wave A. We have A, B, C, D, E, right? Triangle for a wave B, and we're looking for a wave C toward the upside, meaning A, B, and a C to hit around the 9,000 in case we get extended wave C, or the 6,500 for a 1-to-1 fib level, which is actually triple times the price right now, right? Which is so a good coin, right? It's not so a bad coin, despite the whole things. I think even they are working on improving the Ethereum thing. Otherwise, yes, it's gonna be problematic for the future, right? Another probable scenario is double 1, 2. Your second 1, 2, which is the blue scenario, after having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're looking at W, X, and a Y for a wave 2. Short, not taking the low, and that because you paid in time, a very long time, a long sleep, right, for Ethereum, and explosion toward the upside. What does it mean explosion? Until here, not here. Okay, so here. 1.618, 8,000. Cool. Let's move inside it and see what scenario is much more reflective. Yeah, basically anyway, if you take a look at this one, guys, you are in a wave D. Meaning, in all case scenario, you would like to see invalidation of this triangle first, of a wave B, taking the high of a wave B, before we shift to any other bullish scenario. Here we go, invalidation of triangle, 3,900. So you would like to take this price until you say, oh, we're bullish, okay? You might still be sideways. A, B, C, D, and a E, and then moving towards the upside. Let's move inside it. And that means, of course, not probability goes for the triangle, but it is the priority again. Okay, priority of scenarios. Now, on the 2 hours chart, definitely we have a potential double 1, 2s here. You got a 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like to see wave 5 unfolding, but I cannot see it as an ending diagonal here yet. If you can see, invalidation of bullish is taking this price. Why? Because the 1-to-1 fib level 2,500, this was the last analysis. We were still over there, somewhere here. And obviously we took it. Meaning this wave is longer than this one. Meaning wave 4 is longer than wave 2. And that means, of course, invalidation of this diagonal. But if you take closer look here at it, you can see something very interesting. What if that you have finished here 1, 2, and then kind of like you finish 3 over there. Here we go. And you see like kind of like a very fast retracement, which is a little bit low possibility based on the timing of the wave 2. And your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that is looking very nice ending as an ending diagonal, but the only problem that I have if this wave 4 based on the wave 2, the timing is incredible. That kind of like not matching at all. But don't forget that timing is not a rule. Therefore, it can be, guys. Okay? And based on the price, this is a decent drop here. It can be a wave 4. Then having zigzag for wave 1, zigzag for wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I cannot deny that this looks like a perfect wave 1. Okay? In this case scenario, we might have finished a wave 1 here. Okay? I'm gonna remove this. This is all old things here. Wave 5. Okay. Wave 1. Wave 2 would like to reach at least the 0.38. Did we? No. We have only 0.23 so far. Linear chart? Also no. What does it mean? In case we move bullish from there, what does it mean? We are in a zigzag. Now, the probabilities are high to be done and finished here. You will tell me, are you crazy? That was the drop? Yes. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave A, correction wave B, you got another impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you finish wave C. Potentially, guys. Unless this will transform to 3 waves, and you drop again massively until the 0.38. But be careful, you don't want to miss, again, of course, the bull trend. This is very bullish, okay? And it might continue, especially after such ending diagonal, which it was kind of like playing a little bit kind of like corrective and showing some weakness. And then, of course, it has shown strength, not weakness. So be careful that we might move very high again with Ethereum. And I see some potential. Let's move on the, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have already kind of like leading diagonal, guys. You don't want to miss it. Be careful. And be careful. All right. Let's see what's going to happen. Very interesting market. For the alts, I see really high potential, guys. Looking at the other trades. Okay, everything looks good. All right. Let's move on. Next one is XRP. Let's see the XRP, what is doing, right, during this bloody week. Okay. So, XRP. Here we go. All right. Okay. I think this was kind of like interesting point, and I see why. All right. So, okay. XRP, we are already in a wave 3. I hope that XRP will finish. Hello, Prophet Pauls. Nice to see you, man. Prophet Pauls, I see you on both channels, the stocks and the crypto. That's nice, man. It's good to know that you trade both, same as I do. So we have a 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4. We're still looking for this wave 4. Did it finish in WXNY or not? We're still looking for a wave C. This is a question mark. You have two possibilities, W, X, and a Y. Okay, so as you can see, expanding flat for W, zigzag for the X, zigzag for the Y. Finished, wave 4 finished over there. Other possibility is we have, of course, wave A, wave A, B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal, which is very ugly. It looks very equal. Which is not nice. Higher probability goes for the wave 4 over there. Currently, what we have here is a potential 1, 2. You got a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 1 finished. Wave 2 as expected. Potentially wave 3 towards the upside. I cannot complain. Yeah. That's a very nice signal. Cool, guys. Guys, I'm not saying that the bull run has started. I'm just saying be careful to not miss it. All right. We might wake up tomorrow, I don't know, on the moon directly. Because the market is very tricky. It will not leave it until you realize it, right? This is a problem with the market. All right. Let's move for your special request. Let's see some meme coins. Let's start with Pepe. Let's see if the meme coins are aligning with the altcoins. I mean, they are already altcoins, but if they are aligning with the rest of the alts. Okay, so yeah, definitely. Okay, I cannot complain at all, guys. I mean, look, I mean, it has been a long time. I think I did this a very long time ago. And I was putting my targets here, whether an expanding flat, 1.38, 1.618, between 0.38, 0.5, blue box, like it's, I mean, it's a sniping, right? It's 100% hit. Look how much precise it is at the common target. So I cannot complain that, yeah, definitely this is 1, 2, 3, 4 finished, and you were looking for wave 5, guys. And that's why I'm saying forget about this additional wave that we might get as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forget about it. Just make a plan, okay? Make a plan. Don't miss the things, whether it happened or not, okay? I cannot complain at all. I mean, Pepe is already there. Look, I mean, since I think we were at the wave 1 here, wave 2, look at the wave 3 is not taken in the right place here, potentially. This was a prediction, and that has been a long time, okay? And probably you have finished here in even a W, X, and a Y as well, because this looks like 3 waves. Yes. Crypto Man, KG, what if we make a new high on BTC now? Yeah, what if? Would you be surprised? I would not. Then we have 5 ways up. Yes, of course, yes, because you will be unfolding the wave 5. If you remember, that is a bullish scenario with a wave 5. You can go back to the stream at, which is in the beginning almost at 10 minutes, between 10 minutes and 20 minutes. We show, of course, the bullish scenario, which it is a wave 5 toward the upside. And you would like to take the all-time high, of course. I would say the most common target between a corrective wave, wave B, expanding flat, and a wave 5 is the 129K. Very interesting target. Okay, and I believe Bitcoin will take it. Using waves is so subjective. Do you combine it with liquidity levels as well? No, I combine it just with Elliott waves. Just Elliott waves is much more, I would say, accurate for me, much more than anything else. It would be much more confusing if you use a lot of stuff. Okay, just pure Elliott wave can make you thrive in the market. Of course, I add some indicators. Of course, we have KGT indicators. It helps a lot. It counts the waves for me sometimes on the 4 hours chart and so on. It tells me where the bull run starts, where the bear market might start, of course, and so on. But basically, it's pure Elliott wave, man. Okay. And it's the best tool for me, of course. I'm not trying to convince you, but for me, it is the best tool. I couldn't make profit in the market until I mastered, of course, Elliott wave. Honestly, guys, I don't think that I'm here like, he do a lot of money. Guys, even when I was learning or after learning Elliott waves, the basics, and start to practicing, I was still losing money. Just to be honest with you, I'm not saying I was like tackling the market like crazy, okay? I was still losing money even after learning Elliott wave. You have to practice it so much, and you have to lose to learn where you should start to think in a different strategy and different concept, okay? and how to risk management, of course, besides Elliott wave. It's not just Elliott wave. You still need to risk management. You still to have a plan and how much the amount that I have to enter, where I should enter, when I should enter, etc. Okay. Because you might be a master in Elliott wave, okay, and if you don't do the other stuff, you might fail. Very simple. I don't think the total 3 chart will make a new low. It's showing really good strength. This is what we saw today. This is exactly what we saw today. Yeah, that makes sense. How do you find the level to enter based on the waves and also setting your stop loss? This is exactly what I'm saying. The experience, man. But yeah, it's not easy as well. It's not easy. I think this is a very huge topic. We need to move on with the analysis, but I would be glad to make a live stream just for this topic. I would glad to be. I will keep this in mind. I promise. Let's move with hype. All right, we are at 1 hour 25. And hype. All right. Okay. All right, hype. Okay. Some presentation. Okay. I don't like the chart. Very bad start, right? I don't like the chart because it looks like, from the beginning, it looks like corrective much more than impulsive. Now you will say, this guy is crazy. Now you have an impulse invalidated, taking the low, right? He took the low, which, yeah, I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not a nice chart, but still fine. If we have, of course, an A, B, and a C, you might be in an expanding flat wave C towards the upside, okay? This impulse that you are looking at right now is a corrective wave C. Many of you think that, oh, this is a bull run or a bullish scenario, and okay, it's an uptrend, it's a wave C, it is an impulse, but at the end, the reality, it is an A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go. Blue scenario, targets 1.38, $53, $72. What does it mean that it is a wave C? Why I'm sad when it is when it is corrective? What does it mean is that you're not looking at something like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, one direction toward the upside. For spot holders, this is problematic. For futures traders, this is fine. You can do money up and down. It doesn't matter. But for spot holders, which is 50% for you of you minimum, I think this is bad, right? You cannot hold such a coin so much. Yep. So basically, what does it mean? 3 ways up, 3 ways down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 later on. Is it secured? Well, 3 ways down? Of course not. You finished a correction towards the upside. Normally, you move impulsively towards the downside, which is risky. Okay. Currently, you are in a wave 4, potentially finished. Yes, can be. After 1, 2, you have another 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3. Perfect. And then we have 4 and a 5. Very, I mean, it's not a weird thing that we are moving towards the upside, okay? Targets for wave 4 to see if they are hit properly, yes. 100% hit. 0.23, the most common. For a wave 4, you're moving potentially for higher impulsively, yes. Let me check which one is the low. This one. Is it an impulse? 1, 2. Yes, it is an impulse, guys. Very weird impulse. Wave 1, A, B, and a C. Incredible. Okay, ugly, very ugly wave 2. Look how much small is the wave 1, A, in 3 waves, wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for wave C. And then having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the upside, but very ugly. From here, you know that the chart is very tricky. Okay, so very, very risky. I don't. Yeah, I don't advise you guys. Even despite this move, okay, I don't have. I see it like a tricky chart. I mean, not for me, but I know that some people, of course, they might be very tricked with it. And in a bigger view, yeah, we might drop down at any time after finishing this wave C. Kamal, um, Daniel Proctor. It's at the beginning. Is that an advertising, bro? Bro, are you advertising on the channel? Right. Okay, so next, let's see FARTCOINs. So 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay. FARTCOIN. I didn't type it. Okay. Oh, Daniel Proctor. Okay, sorry, Kamal. I thought that you're doing an advertising, but you're tagging someone in the chat. Okay, sorry, man. All right. I was like, who's Daniel Proctor? Like, because sorry, man, because many scammers, you know, they make like kind of like advertising for some people. How I did 30K in 1 week. I just follow this guy and this guy, you know. So just, and I thought that you're one of them. Sorry, man. Okay. Tao is surging already. Well, I was like, yes, I knew that this guy is a badass. Yeah, he's a badass. All right, so you can go to Tao if you have missed it, Danielo, at 54. Okay. Guys, don't ask for more than one coin. Leave some space for other people. That is very true. Thank you, PK. All right, let's see FARTCOIN. So FARTCOIN is, of course, a bullish one, right? It's a very strong coin, I would say. It's a meme coin, of course, but not. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a very bullish one. Yeah, I would say it's a very nice chart. I mean, despite the name, I mean, I don't know how much the name is nice to show it always on the channel FARTCOIN, but I would say it's a very nice chart. Yeah, starting with an impulse towards the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1 or wave A, B, C, wave 2 or a wave B finished, and we're looking simply for higher. Expected, of course, as a wave B already in case you are bearish. And in case we are bullish, we have already finished potentially a wave 3 toward the upside. And this is, of course, your bullish scenario here that it might be unfolding. Do I have the targets right? Yes, it is right. So basically, you're looking for the 1-to-1 fib level, which is at $38. Very interesting, guys. But you would like this thing to to show a little bit much more strong impulse, guys. Strengths. Yeah, we would like to see much more strengths than this. What do I mean? What do I mean with it is, yeah, avoiding a little bit overlapping. Yeah, we would like to see some sticks, right? Like here. So 1, 2, 3. Now 4 and a 5 can be ending diagonal, but why we ended? Why? This is a question. Okay, and I don't like it because if you take right now, I'm pretty sure this is almost. Oh, wait a second. Oh, crazy. Okay, no, sorry. Even, yeah, I mean, it's, sorry. I mean, visually, it looks like a little bit ABC, right? But now when I put the fib levels, and that because, okay, because it's under the $1, and this is very logarithmic move coin. Okay, this is very bullish, guys. This is incredible bullish. You're over the 1.618, and that means let's leave this, by the way, to keep it in mind. Put it on the left. Here we go. Very extended wave 3, and I believe 2.618. What is it? 2.618. Here we go. Yep. Okay, very bullish, guys. Very bullish. Here we go. 100%. Very bullish. You're looking at a small 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very interesting, guys. Did we finish wave 4? Probably yes. Based on the timing and the fib levels, you have passed the 0.23. Let's move inside it. Okay, what an extent. Okay, here, very interesting. Okay, this is your wave 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, 1, 2. Okay, this is the impulse, extended wave C, or of course, you have to be careful from a wave 3, but higher potential that it is an extended wave C. A, B, and a C. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, extended wave 5. Let's label this. And A, B, and a C. All right. Okay, so basically, I would say it can be ready. Let's see the timing. Did we reach at least the 0.6? Wow. You're very close to the perfection in time, even. I would say it is ready. Okay, I would say it is ready. Potentially, maybe if we move one more leg, which I doubt it, guys. I doubt it. Why? Because one more leg, it's just gonna transform it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that means wave A, B, and a C. Okay, and if this is gonna be bullish with the altcoins and etc., with the meme coins as well, this is ready, guys. Okay, I would say it is ready. All right, William Capwell, AI16 already on the list, coming next. Thank you for your patience. Here we go. After SPX, which is now. So FARTCOIN is bullish, guys. Okay, let's move SPX and then AI16, which is one of the main coin for this channel. SPX, by the way, is also oh my god, I'm today lost. Is also one of the strongest, yeah. Category B, primary, okay, primary coins. And I'm doing this also on X mostly. Those coins you must see it mostly on X, guys. Okay, it will be mostly on X, same as for these ones. Those are for the YouTube channel. All right, let's move on. SPX. Household all in on FARTCOIN. Okay. All right, man. Nice strategy. What should I say? Yeah, I never tried this yet. Okay, I hope that I don't. All right, man. We have A, B, and a C potentially toward the upside or a wave 1 because you have a very extended wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a leading diagonal. Okay, a very weird one with a very extended, but yeah, this is the chart. Okay, the chart is showing a leading diagonal. Here we go. Wave 2, you're in a wave 3 currently. The wave 3 is a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 1 is again a leading diagonal. Now I remember SPX is a lover for leading diagonals and ending diagonals. As you have realized, also 1, 2. So basically, 3 wave 1s. This wave 1 is leading diagonal. This is a leading diagonal. And again, the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a wave 5 is a leading diagonal. Meaning this chart is showing its characteristic. As a wave 1, it loves leading diagonal. Keep it in mind because this is one of the tips that you can have when you trade this coin. And what we are looking at right now is potential 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. Yes, I remember your question. Someone asked me why SPX was moving toward the upside while everyone, all the altcoins were dumping. Again, Elliott wave, my friend. It's finished. WXNOY wave 4 already finished, or even finished as ABC. It has to move toward the upside. It doesn't matter what the other coins are doing. Many of you disagree with this point, but I always mention that there is no chart that it traces the same Elliott wave pattern, except of course right now most of the altcoins that we saw, they have a formation of 1-2, right? Some of them will go into ending diagonal. Tau is an example, very aggressive ending diagonal, wave 3, and the others are mostly in 1-2, guys. This one has already finished before the correction. So if you remember, render has started the formation of a wave 1 before any other coin. I'm talking about 3-4 weeks ago. And we were wondering what's going on in render, right? But we were not surprised because we were waiting for this blue box, the opportunity, right? And it has to unfold sooner or later, but render has started before any other coin. Yep. All right. That is for SPX. We're looking for a wave 3 explosion in a wave 5, of course, to finish a wave 3 and then 4-5, meaning this coin is very bullish. Yes, Ted, that was your question. I hope that I answered. It's Elliott wave again. When you do Elliott wave, you don't have to worry about, oh, other coins are bullish, let me sell SPX, and then boom. Elliott wave is your key. Okay, guys. Next is, what are the target to the upside? Yes, a good question. $13. This is your wave 5 that it might end up here. Wave 5 in the yellow, in the white. To finish a wave 3 and then getting wave 4. After we get to the wave 3, until we get, of course, the wave 4 later on. But currently, blue box. Okay. Don't forget also, simply taking the high can be a finished wave 5. You don't know. It might transform to 1-2, 3-4-5, ending diagonal again and moving down. Be careful. Okay. You're not in a wave 3 that it has always potential 1.618. It has potential 0.618, but as per Elliott wave, simply taking the high a little bit higher can be a finished structure. In case it is a finished structure, therefore you might move towards the downside. Therefore, you have to be careful to read the structure in a wave 5 always. Okay? Once the structure is done and finished, therefore, okay, there is a potential to move for lower. AI16. Okay, let's move for AI16, which is 43. Okay. All right. Drinking some water to refresh. Here we go. Okay. All right, AI16, one of the most impulsive coins, of course. We are watching this coin on our channel, and we are already estimating a wave 2 finish. Oh my God, Elliott wave. I love Elliott wave, right? Blue box hit 0.5. Be careful from being in W, because this looks like A, B, and a C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, ABCX, wave Y, zigzag, extended. Okay? Why? Because if you are in a big ABC, this wave C looks already extended. It needs a little bit more to hit the 1.618. But if you take a closer look, oopsie, we see an impulse, right? I was estimating one more leg, right? And then moving towards the upside. So very simple. No need to reanalyze. It's the same analysis that we got later on before. Targets also given at 1 0.2, it needs to be adjusted. Your target is around the 1.618 in confluence with an A, B, and a C potentially. And of course, hitting, of course, here the 1-to-1 fib level, 2.65. 1.618 taken from this one is in confluence, meaning 4 and a 5 might hit exactly the 2.65. Okay. Wave 3, 1.618 inside the blue box, 4 and a 5 hitting above. Wave 3. Wave 4, here we go. Yep. So these are the potential targets. Okay. There is no need to dive deeper than this. Very clear, very beautiful chart, right? On the daily, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave A, wave B, or wave 2. You're looking for wave 3, 4, and a 5. Or A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very bullish. BGB. BGB is already there. Activated, yes. We're gonna do this virtuals, which is also very strong one. We are at 1 hour 45. All right, virtuals, here we go. Okay, very interesting chart. How much bullish is this? This is what I would love to see when I want to trade, right? Especially if I want to hold some spot coins, right? That is very secure one for spots. Why? Because it is impulsive. It has a direction toward the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You are unfolding potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 1, potentially you're looking for a wave 2 and simply continuation toward the upside. Now, a very important thing to make sure of that we have topped really for a wave 5 here for a wave 1. Okay, very interesting. But yeah, I still see potential moving for higher here. Yeah, so if we move inside it, we can see the following scenarios that we might have, of course, an ending diagonal as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, can be very possible. However, yeah, as you can see, this wave 4 looks a little bit longer than wave 2, but I cannot really confirm this. Let's say from here, let me check. No, yeah, it is longer. It is longer than the 1-to-1 fib level. Therefore, something else is unfolding. I was expecting the wave 4 to stop inside this blue box here, but it didn't. And it is a signal for something else. Let's see what is this something else. Okay, what if wave 5 then finished here? Okay, very fast, wave 5. Wave 1, you're still looking for a wave 2. Okay, let's say this is a part of a correction because anyway, it looks like corrective, 3 ways, moving down, potentially one more zigzag for W, X, and Y, but I would like to see some fibs for more insights. Yeah, we're still above the 0.23. Interesting. Linear chart, okay. Sometimes you have to always go back to linear, guys, for the fib levels, yeah, to not mess up. Basically, I'm still looking for one more leg, 0.38. Otherwise, if we're done here, we are potentially moving in ABC. Unless W, X, and a Y. You already took the 0.38. Interesting. W, X, and a Y also is a scenario. Let's keep it there. Potentially, you have one more leg. Again, I don't care. You want to be in, probably. Somehow. You figure it out. Right? Have a plan and strategy. And yeah, potentially, this is very bullish, by the way. This is a signal of strength. Okay? Not taking the low. Finished in a wave Y moving for higher. Internally, bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diagonal, guys. Okay, or it can be even, because this is an impulse, it can be 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Okay, that is a very bullish signal. Okay, yep, very interesting. Always check both. For logarithmic, of course, in case you want to see good shapes for the waves, use logarithmic, but always check the fib levels with the linear, guys. I know it sounds a little bit complicated maybe, but I mean, it's easy. Just one button, yeah? Okay. Sonic, let's see this one for, it was Phantom, I think. Sonic USD. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated chart, I remember. What is that one? Sonic USD. That was crypto. What's going on with the guys helping with Sonic? I don't know what's going on. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna pass this one. We're not gonna waste time. Sorry, man. You can help me maybe what to type, what to choose, which platform, and so on. That would be helpful. Okay, let's see near. Okay, so near, well, guys, you know, near was one of the coins that we analyzed on the channel in the beginning, because, you know, it's a very popular one, right? It's a popular one. But later on, I took the decision, okay, it is popular, but at the end, it's losing a little bit its popularity here. And many coins have much better potential. Therefore, near right now is in secondary trusted coins in category A. Okay, and that's why you don't see so often anymore near, and that because of the all-time history starting with 3 waves corrective. That is the main problem. ABC, okay, then moving very fast and very impulsively toward the downside. And what is going on? It can be, of course, ABC, but it looks even like an impulse, right? So it's very scary. Triangle, right? A, B, C, D, and an E. It might move, shift, of course, for lower, because your wave E is gonna finish toward the upside. And normally, when you finish wave E toward the upside, the trend will reverse downward. So therefore, this coin is not very likely anymore. Yeah. So thank you for your understanding as well for this. However, of course, that is bullish scenario. Of course, guys, that is a bullish scenario. What if we finished A, 3 waves up, 3 waves down, of course, A, B, and a C for a wave B, and you're looking for a wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Or what if you are looking at W in a zigzag, X, zigzag, another zigzag for a wave Y. Okay, in this case scenario, the minimum target that you would like to see here is a 1-to-1 fib level, at least for a wave Y, which is a $15.58. Okay, over this, you have to consider that you are moving and shifting in a wave 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside, which it might be the 1.618. Okay, $60. Wave C in a wave 5. Here we go. All right, so this is for near on the daily. On the 2 hours chart, well, that's yeah. Again, another reason why I removed this coin from the trusted primary. 1, 2, 3, wave 4 invalidation. Okay, it took the zone 1. That is not nice to see. Despite that, you see, of course, higher prices, but it's not an impulse. You have a zigzag potentially, and you have another zigzag internally. You see this? This is the only retracement that you got. ABC. W, X, and a Y. Potentially, you're still corrective here. You might, of course, move for higher again, but this is corrective. You're moving for higher correctively. And that means at the end, it's going to drop down again. Targets are given already, of course. After 3 waves up, 3 waves down, you are looking, of course, for this target here as a wave 1 at 4.37. Okay, potentially, in case you have finished here. Maybe not, right? So that is for near, not recommended so much anymore, guys. Sorry. As this has started to 150. Okay, radium. Okay, guys, let's move a little bit fast because, yeah, we have passed the 2 hours this time. It's fine, but let's see. I hope that this is a nice chart. Now, I know radium, it is a platform, right? Not nice chart. Not recommended. Again, I'm not gonna dive deeper because not recommended chart. Impulsive towards the downside. Starting with an impulse is not nice. I hope that this is not the all-time history. Is there another, maybe Binance, the same? Maybe Maxi, an old platform, the same. Meaning this is the all-time history. Not a nice one. You're still even under the start of this coin. Okay, so not a nice one. Now, if you are impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, it's finished. You're looking for ABC potential as a wave 2 and then moving toward the upside. And then, yeah, wave 2 probably not finished because you have an impulse, and also the timing required is still, of course, yeah, very shallow. Based on the wave 1, your wave 2 has to hit at least the 0.38. Here we go. Meaning A, B, and a C potentially is going to hit the green levels, C, and then moving toward the upside. I don't recommend this coin. Be careful. Okay. Next one. Let's see. 156. Polygon. Okay. Matic. 1 or 57. Matic. Okay, for Matic isn't fine. It's fine. But the problem with it, okay, it is a little bit directive toward the upside, but a problematic can be that you might be in a wave A or W, because you see here almost like 3 waves. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave C, A, B, and a C, okay? And that means, of course, starting with 3 waves toward the upside, meaning you're starting corrective and you're not starting impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? This is the difference. Not always that you see a move toward the upside, meaning like, oh, this is a 100% directive toward the upside. It might be a way, 3 ways toward the upside. Same as for near, and we saw near doing this later on, right? So yeah, be careful with this one. And here we go. We're dumping a little bit slowly, but it looks like corrective, definitely. And we're looking for something bigger. Okay, now the scenario is here in a bigger view that you might be an A, B, and a C. The wave C can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished, and you're moving toward the upside. Let's move inside it. So inside it, after you bottomed here for a wave C, potentially, yes, that you have an impulse. Why? Because you have leading diagonal for wave 1, 2, 3, 4, no interfering with zone 1, wave 5 finished, impulsive, wave 1 secured. You have a wave 2, hit the blue box perfectly and moving toward the upside. Wave 3 is next, and it has started to unfold potentially, guys. Okay, yeah, very strong signal, yeah, for a wave 2 bottomed over there. Targets. Targets, take it from there, wave 1, wave 2, okay. Minimum target is 1-to-1 fib level. This is the minimum in case you are in an ABC. Wave 3, 1.618, 0.54. Don't forget the ABC, which is bearish. Okay, A, B, and a C. Magenta for the bearish. 1-to-1 fib level 0.37. Impulse, of course, it has to be an impulse. Yeah, just to make sure that you know that, yeah, even if you are looking to an impulse, don't get how to say, trapped, like, no, this is a bullish scenario, we're moving for all-time high. Okay, potentially you have to test this level before being moon boys, you know, right? Always test this level 0.37, overshooting it impulsively, and of course, always count the structure. If you see a structure finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the wave 5 is very close to finish over there. Boom. All right. But if you see a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, therefore you are bullish. Okay. Because you still have, of course, even higher 4 and a 5. Okay, guys. That was for Matic, for Polygon. Rune, at 2 hours exactly. Okay. So Rune USD. Here we go. All right. Rune is very bullish. I remember because when I was doing the list, Rune is somewhere here. Category B, primary. Okay. Why? Here we go. That is why. The all-time history, very bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave A or a wave 1. Meaning, whatever is going to happen in this area is going to move bullish. Okay. You have an impulse wave A, wave A, B, C potentially finished. Potentially finished even A, B, C here. Yeah. As you can see, A, B, and C. Let me put this in a much clearer color. Let's put it in magenta. Here we go. So potentially you have a scenario that you finished A, B, C here. You're moving toward the upside. After having an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C for a wave 2. Problematic that the wave 2 took the 886. And therefore, I start to think, what if we have an A, B, and a C unfinished? And the wave C has to be 1, 2, 3, obviously, 4, and a 5. Yeah. And here we go. If we dive inside it, okay, let's make this less things here. No need for this. Let's keep this wave 4, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. What if we have this scenario, guys, unfolding? Okay. Here inside it, of course, on the 1 hour chart, we can see something impulsive 1, 2, 3, but yeah, invalidation. Here we go. Invalidation given, of course, from the high here. Okay, you touch it, meaning transforming this to W, X, and Y, and obviously, yeah, you cannot count 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. How you can finish a wave 5 with zigzag, right? So you have a obviously zigzag, zigzag, X. Okay, very simple. And that means this is your wave 4 in a bigger overview. All right, and you are looking still in higher possibility for lower. And this might be, of course, well, simply taking the low, I would say 0.86. Yeah, the 1.618 can be a very potential scenario, okay, to finish this wave. Simply taking the low would be also much more than enough. Don't forget that you would like to simply take this low also, which is 0.80. Yeah, that is very possible. Unless if you see something, I don't know, unfolding like maybe double 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 is also a possible scenario. But internally, does it work? Let's see. This is a bullish scenario. Does it work internally? Well, we can count this as an impulse. Yes. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5? Yes, it can be. So let's put it, guys. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in a very small count, gray. Okay. We have another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 here. Okay. Here we go. White. Okay. ABC expanding flat, probably unfinished. Yeah, probably unfinished because you would like to see one more leg. And then wave 5. Okay. Final impulse is a 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and a 5. Here we go. Round yellow. This is the main impulse. Okay. Meaning right now you would like to simply see a move towards the upside, impulsive, right? On the 1 hour chart, we see kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. So yeah, you can think about it that it can be, but you have to take this as W, X, and Y here. Be careful. W, X, and Y. Almost the same thing on every coin right now. Be careful that we might look towards the upside in W after W, X, and Y. Okay. All right. Country Cottage. Thanks for the timestamps. They are very handy for rewatching. You're very welcome, buddy. My pleasure. Glad that it helps always. Daniello, don't you think current wave of Tau more like a wave, AC wave? The volume looks bigger than previous waves. Let's see. We can take a look fast. All right. What is Tau doing here? Yeah, look, I mean, for Tau, you almost don't want to care so much. Why? First thing is the direction is toward the upside. And second thing is whatever is going to happen here, you're moving for higher. And there is no impulse. This is the thing. If you are afraid that you are moving down, what is your impulse? You have 3 waves. Okay, so therefore, no, yeah, don't be scared of it. Now, the wave here, the volume, I don't know what is that volume, what's going on in Tau. I don't know. You have to follow fundamentals. Or, I don't know, if there is some whales entering or something, they already saw this, how much bullish it is. I don't know. They got influence from the chart, or I don't know, guys. But yes, very interesting volume. And this is very bullish. It can be, of course, the volume of a wave 1. Yeah, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So very simple. Continuation toward the upside. Because, as we said, it's going to be a very massive move, guys. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You need such a wave 1, by the way. And you need volume. So no surprise. Okay. Okay. Let's see SIA coin at 2 hours 07. Okay. SIA coin, very interesting one. So in SIA coin, we are looking for, of course, bullish and bearish in the daily, but very bullish. Yeah, it's very bullish coin. Why? Because obviously you started with an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Direction is toward the upside. Whether you have an A, B, C, D, and an E triangle, the wave E is toward the downside, meaning the move is gonna reverse for higher. Targets, of course, for a wave is C here is a 1-to-1 fib level 0.618 as well, which it might be, of course, an A, a B, and a C at 0.10. Very psychological number as well, of course, that it might hit. Bearish scenario, which is very low possibility because the direction is already for higher. But what if you have an A, B, and a C? The wave C is unfinished and is finishing kind of in an ending diagonal. I doubt it. Very low possibility. You would like to see anyway a wave 4 and a wave 5. Okay. On the lower time frame, let's move. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, this looks like kind of like diagonal or double 1, 2s. Okay, look, what do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Double 1, 2 potentially, or ABC zigzag. Moving down. Higher potential is for bullish because we are looking for this on the daily since a long time ago, right? We are looking for anyway 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 4-hour chart. You have A, B, and a C, or W, X, and a Y. Potentially, you might have one more leg. I don't care. I want to be in. Moving towards the upside very soon. All right, guys. The last one is a BGP. And sorry for the others, guys, but the headache has started already talking and analyzing Elliott wave for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So excuse me, guys, for not be able to continue. I just need a break. All right. So, yeah, BGB is a very bullish one. You know, on the daily is a huge bullish scenario. We have that in case we have a 1-2 here, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 sideways, very typical for wave 4. The wave 5 is incredibly unfolding an extended wave 5 as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 targets blue box. Okay. And in this case scenario, you would like to think, okay, don't be such a moon boy, right? Think about the bearish. 3 ways, wave A, wave B sideways, wave C would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting, right? But I have another scenario right now in mind. What if we have W, X, and a Y? Here we go. Because I don't like to be always like a moon boy, sound like a moon boy. That is always bearish. W, X, and a Y, meaning finished as a zigzag. Okay? Meaning you finish 3 waves toward the upside. You're looking for 3 waves down. I'm moving towards the upside anyway. All right, so however you turn it, it's moving for higher sooner or later, guys. Yes. Another scenario is very also different, counting different overview. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. You're looking for a wave 3 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 continuation towards the upside with 4, 5. Ultimate bullish. Even if you think a little bit indifferent bearish, since you have potentially here an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, this is an impulse finish, right? You finish wave 1, wave 2, or a wave A. Then A, B, and a C. The wave C has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even higher. So guys, however you turn this coin, however you try to count it, it's looking for higher. And minimum target is the $18, okay, from $4. So very interesting one. A coin that it shows a lot of potential, despite what you are looking at on the lower time frame, which is nothing actually. You have potentially here double 1-2s, okay? You have potentially double 1-2s. Since we took invalidation, and I mentioned this in the last analysis, once we take the invalidation, I'm gonna re-estimate this, and potentially I'm gonna give it a double 1-2, which is much more bullish, or a wave B, of course, in case bearish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave 3. Here we go. Let's put this in orange. Okay, we can remove this. Or a wave B, you are bearish, meaning you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is possible. And that means you might be still finishing something bigger here. Yeah, I would say like 3 ways up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to reach the 1-to-1 fib level. Here we go. As a regular flat. But I doubt it, guys. Why? Why I doubt it? Because I see that based on the time, I think this is ready to move towards the upside, and also the structure here. All right, guys, so very bullish. In conclusion, I'm very bullish, of course, for the altcoins, but be careful. Of course, we might still get some lower. We might unfold some wave 5s to finish a wave C in some altcoins, but of course, you don't want to be outside in case the markets start to be very, very bullish. Let's take a final look also at Bitcoin just to see what's going on. Yeah, okay, guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are on the move for a wave 5 right now. Okay, so this is an impulse, meaning minimum right now we're looking to ABC, and on Monday we're gonna see. All right, if we are moving for higher as a zigzag, or are we moving like a bearish after zigzag, or are we moving in an impulse wave 3? Crossroad at 1-to-1 fib level, ABC. All right, guys, nice to see all of you. Daniello, Country Cottage, Piquet, Activated, everyone, guys, Ted, you're very welcome. Nice to see you. I wish you to have a nice weekend. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.